as you can see. Hulk smash! Why did he do that? Wait, let me test something. Okay. Oh, that's pretty neat! So he runs up to you when you have your wrench out.
Huh.
Questionable AI decisions. Oh, did I skip the phase? I think I skipped the phase. Shit. Yeah, I did skip the phase. Let's see how many. Got 147. It's not too slow. As I justify extending the playtime. But yeah.
I mean, that's what this channel is. Questionable content, questionable gameplay.
So yeah, back to compilers, because we were talking about something so much more interesting, I guess. But yeah, so basically projects 3 through 6 was all about the compiler. So the first project was about the lexer and the parser, like making sure like we can read the text and tell you what the text is about.
Yeah.
Right? And the parser is like see the text goes in this order, basically, right? And then the next project after that was the symbol table, which is like, okay, now that you have no, not that. The next project after that was the AST tree. But basically, now that you have your grammar, right? Wait, that's already almost dead. Now that you have your grammar, make a tree with nodes so that all the specific grammar like body types are represented by a node. So let's say you have a class that's represented by a class node. If you have a method, that's represented by a method node in this grammar, right? The third one was the symbol table. So now that you have a node tree about with information about your grammar, now you have to visit the tree and check if the grammar is like valid, like if this class exists, or if this class exists, or if you have a duplicate name, right? So basically error checking. And also how much memory these things take, right? That's also something you had to put down. And then the last project was the machine code.
I get to do Introduction to Grammars this term.
That's a really fun class. Introduction to Grammars is a really fun class, but it's a lot of like effort and memorization. Not really memorization, but definitely a lot of like logic. You need critical thinking skills to be really good at grammars.
Oh boy.
Like you've heard of I know I talked to you about grammars before because I took the Introduction to Grammars class before you did a long time ago, right?
Probably.
I talked about so you know stuff about deterministic state machines.
Yeah.
That's not what they're called. They're called not state machines. Sorry, deterministic finite automata. There we go. A more scientific name.
Sciencey!
So and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And you get to learn all the levels of grammars and how special and how much they encapsulate and how to convert between them, because that's also cool, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a really enjoyable class for me because I like thinking and torturing myself. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy the class. But
all I know is I get to lose everyone because
5th year and shit.
Because pretty much everyone else has graduated now.
Yeah. Not that graduating late is a bad thing, but it's definitely a bad thing for the colleges, I'll tell you that. They have stats they need to upkeep because reasons.
I mean, in my case, it's because I'm doing 2 majors.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's technically not late.
It's not about late, it's just that it's just that it's a statistic that they want to have.
Also, be careful, he's low on health.
I'm good, don't worry. How much do I got left? I got 189. This took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. Oh well. That means I can keep talking about college classes that I like. So I'm on the final project, right? It's the one that I took several days to prepare beforehand and shit, right? And so it's like assembly language, and ASM is like, oh, if you want to call a method, you have to save these registers.
Yep,
and
that sounds
And then
about
you
right.
save these registers, and then you make room for the stack pointer, and then you change the stack pointer, and then you do all the return stuff, and it's all fascinating. It's all very interesting. I'm very sure you're enthralled by this. Trust me. But
Like, random, I know this because I went through assembly.
yeah.
This stuff ain't new to me.
I mean, assembly class was a prerequisite for this. Understanding the assembler, which is pretty interesting stuff. It's because I told you about the ROM hacking shit that I don't want to talk about anymore, but like all of that is in machine code and stuff. Like you use machine ASM scripts to like inject into the ROM, because you can transform those into bytes. And you can only read bytes, right? And so, like, you get an understanding of, like, oh, this is happening because you're trying to save the registers before you use them up again, right? And that's all, and that's fun and all, but there's fucking different types of machine codes.
Yeah.
Which is the absolute worst, and the unfortunate part is that all of them are necessary. Because of how systems have upgraded over the years, right? That's what it is, right? You have the 32-bit ones with the 8-bit registers, and the other ones with the not that many registers, and then the other ones with even more bytes in registers, and they all have different names of registers too. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
They're all different. They named all the registers different. So one of them uses the R's and a number, and the other uses EAX, EDX, EPX, EBP, E. coli, all that random shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm well aware of what you're saying.
God, machine code.
Machine learning!
Machine code, what a nightmare. But yeah, so basically, I'm working on this project, and there's this guy who was in several of my classes that I met earlier in the year, right? And he's like, hey, you're in this class, right? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, can you help me on this? I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't care. It's not like taking up my time. I'm generally a helpful person sometimes when I feel like it. And help people out. That's what you should always do. Help people out.
Yeah.
And that's a motto to live by. So I meet him regularly because I'm always in the computer lab because I have been waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning, going to classes, then after 12 I eat lunch and then sit in the computer lab until 9 p.m.
Oh.
So I'm basically spending all my time there, and this is including weekends too, right? So like I'm working a ton. I'm having no sleep and I'm working a ton. It's very unfortunate circumstances, but that's the college way of life.
I've at least managed to figure out a good sleep schedule.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Going home takes at least an hour.
Luckily, I live on campus. So I'm like
200.
less than 100 more.
Less than 100 to go. It's like, I'm doing the math real quick. It's 16 plus 4, so it should be like 20. So I have like, how many more to go? 20. Let's go with that number.
20 more runs.
20 more runs. Let's do it.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so this is just a funny story that I want to share because I thought it was funny at the time, but it's like I'm in the middle of doing the I'm in the middle. Oh fuck! I skipped a phase.
Yes, you did.
I'm in the middle of the project and I'm working on the machine code. And he's like and he comes up to me, or like or I look behind him or whatever. I don't remember how exactly this happened, but basically, but he asked for my help. Like, yo, I'm calling a method, but it's not working out properly, right? And I take a look at the code and it's like, oh yeah, you're forgetting to take your arguments off the stack, right? Because you know all the 101 ways code goes wrong in machine code. Everyone knows this by now. Everyone who's worked with machine codes has probably encountered this somehow, or at least knows what it looks like. Right? Please verify my statements. I'm lonely.
I was just expecting to hear more of the story.
Yeah. So I was like, you're forgetting to pop your arguments off the stack. You have to sub it from. You have to subtract from the stack frame and all that, right? And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna get back to you, and I'm gonna implement it. And I'm gonna try to implement, right? So I keep working on it. I try to go to the bathroom, and he's like. I say, yeah. If you need anything, just shout at me from the other end of the room, right? And so he shouts at me and is like, "Yo, random, you're like a fucking genius."
Wait.
Oh shit! I killed him.
Why?
Help! Emergency! Emergency! I was too caught up in my story. He just shouts, "Random, you're a fucking genius!" And I'm like, wow, okay, man, you too. And that's just the story. I thought it was cute. Did I accidentally beat the mission? No, there's no new planets, so I haven't killed him. Yes, I haven't killed him yet. Neat. I'm gonna.
You have a little bit more time.
Ha ha ha! Cheating game logic.
All according to plan.
I can break these lampposts.
Death to all lampposts.
Indeed. Ow. But yeah. Other than that, I didn't have too many problems with that project, so it wasn't too interesting. And that was that was all of my final projects for that quarter. So I guess I get to talk about the classes now. Ooh. Like, I already told you about networking and why that was the worst class ever.
Yes.
My compiler class, first day of school. Like, first day of class, we go up there, right? And like the professor is introducing herself, right? Mm-hmm. And like this is like probably like I think it was the first female professor I had in the CS department.
Huh.
Yeah, and then the second one was the networking department, and networking class, and we all know how I'm feeling.
We all know how that went.
Yeah. And so, like, she's introducing herself, and, like, she talks about her dog in the introductory slide. That was kind of cute. And then the class was alright. The TAs were pretty cool about everything, and everything was a nightmare because it's compilers. Who cares about compilers? They're playing rock, paper, scissors. That's the only time they do that. Like, what do you know about compilers?
Nothing, because I haven't taken a compilers class yet.
Alright, that's fair enough.
I have to do grammars and then compilers.
Yeah, that's how it goes, because you need one to do the other. But yeah, I like the class. It was an alright class. It did not insult my intelligence. I did not feel cheated. The tests were fair enough, even though I got a C on the midterm. I don't test well at all. I can explain how everything works to you, but I can't study for shit. And that's my one flaw, among others. I'm not a perfect man aside from all my flaws. But yeah, and then the distributed system class, I feel like when you think about upper div class, you think about like tough classes with really cool shit to learn about, right?
Probably.
I guess, or torture, whichever one.
One of those two.
One of those two. But like distributed systems is a elective I took just cause I needed elective points, right? But when I really thought about it, like, you know what, this class actually really sounds really interesting, right? And like, it ended up being very interesting. It ended up being interesting too. Like, I enjoyed the class a lot because like it felt like one of those classes where like the information is up to date and consistent with like how the real world computing works, you know? Like, so in the distributed system, you need to have servers, and they need to communicate each other, and they need to be in time, they need to be up to date. So here are all the techniques, and here are 3 projects to implement the things what we're talking about. So here's a project. Like the first project we did was have a server connect to clients, and have a server connect. No, wait. Let me think. I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. Have a server. Oh, here it is. All right, this piece of shit.
Can be charged up to release a spectacular beam of death. Hold the fire button to charge up the beam, then release the button and sweep the beam across your enemies.
Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate this. All right. So this shotgun fires a laser, right? Mm-hmm. It did only a third of that. It only did a third of his health, you might be saying, right? I'm gonna kill myself real quick, just so I can illustrate to you, and you only, because I think everyone else knows this in the world. But alright. Well, so you wanna talk about exploits. I picked it up. Alright. I'm not good at this because this is the first time I'm doing it ever.
I could see the general idea.
You can see the general idea, so you know where this is going then. Oh, I almost got it. Yeah, I'm no good at it. I've decided I am no good at it. Alright. I am going to kill this man in one shot. I missed. I'm gonna do it. I'm fucking gonna do it. I swear. Swear on me, mum.
You swear on your mum.
I swear on me, mum, and my mum's mums. I got your number. Almost. I wonder if it's easier if I did strafing. Did that just happen? Did you see that?
Where like all the enemies ran into the lava?
They jumped! They actually jumped! Oh, dying lets the ammo go. Oh yeah, definitely not enough. But you get the idea now.
Yeah.
I guess I can't show it off because I'm terrible. Oh, I killed him.
Like that?
Like that.
So, Quark has completely lost his mind. Now what?
Just keep the mask on. He thinks you are his new leader.
Great.
In the ship you go.
Incoming call.
This is Captain Sasha of the Starship Phoenix. The President has asked me to assist you.
Hi.
I see you have located Captain Quark.
Yeah, we got him, but, well, he thinks he's a monkey.
Of course. Bring him to the Phoenix and we'll see what we can do. Sasha out.
So this is the first. So they talk like they know each other, but this is the first time that they talk. You'll see that in the next cutscene, which is this is flat out the worst scene in the universe. Like I swear, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
It tops even TMS?
Yes, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Look at that, Clank. This ship is amazing.
Welcome aboard the Phoenix, gentlemen.
Whoa.
Impressive, isn't she? The Phoenix is the pride of the galactic fleet.
Do you think this voice actor still
With the
gets
latest
gigs?
technology,
Oh.
holodeck training
I don't
suites,
remember this voice
autobenders
being
for
used.
armor and weapons.
Hand me my phone.
Well, this
Why don't we go look it up? Not that phone. That's the old phone.
VG-9000 game system.
fuck it. Just watch the cutscene.
With a Mavix Fireball Pro controller, VR headset, and a zero-G dance pad attachment.
Will you marry me?
Well, you
There you go. The
understand.
worst scene in the game.
Thanks, Ratchet.
Why don't you stop by your quarters? We prepared a custom living area for Quark,
Fun, mate.
so we won't get in your way. Only be
Because I want to look this up now that you brought it up.
To view the world map, press select or R3.
There it is.
Alright.
Run under.
Oh, right
Yeah.
under all your stuff.
Yeah.
Neat.
You know, the part where only I can see it and you can't.
Of course.
Ow.
How could I ever forgotten? So yeah, you just literally watched some guy ask a girl to marry her because she bought video games.
That'll never happen. In real life.
What the actual fuck?
Please take Quark to the cage in your quarters, and then meet me on the bridge.
Okay, I forgot. Sorry, Mom. But yeah. Like I said, I feel like the distributed systems class was one of those classes where like the information is useful in the modern day, in the industry and stuff. Like consensus algorithm to make all the servers work correctly. That sounds like a good thing.
I set up the VG-9000 to play vid comic discs.
That sounds like a good thing, and like companies like Google actually use it to some extent. Anyway, here's the cutscene.
How do you think he got like this?
Well, the life of an intergalactic superhero can be very stressful.
Yeah. Anyway, you're telling me this nutcase is our only hope for stopping Nefarious? We're hosed.
This is the VG-9000 game system. If you have a vid comic, you could play it here.
Yeah, we're getting vid comics later, and they're amazing. I'll tell you what. You good?
Yeah, no, I'm just looking up the voice actor for...
Yeah, no, I mean, did you find it yet?
Yes, I have.
Who is it?
Leslie Carrara Rudolph.
I am not familiar. You're on IMDb?
No, this is behind the voice actors.
Oh. Do they list other gigs?
Yeah, they do.
Such as?
There's apparently a show called Splash and Bubbles.
So no, that
No, this is 2016.
I am. I'm not even gonna pretend that I know what Splash and Bubbles
I don't know what it
is.
is either.
Is that her only other gig?
No, there's stuff from Tough Puppy, Johnny and the Sprites, whatever that is. Francis. What are these?
What are these?
These are TV shows. Oh, apparently they voiced some characters on Sesame Street.
Oh, okay. So that's like what, 2 really good ones? This game, I guess, and Sesame Street. One thing on Sesame Street.
No, there's like a lot of characters listed.
In Sesame Street?
It was like,
So generic girl voice? Or like...
6? No, there's like 6 different characters.
Ooh. So she plays in person? Or is she a puppet?
It's a puppet,
Okay.
at least from the images.
Alright then. So fun fact about incarceration. You can actually just walk through these bars.
Oh.
But he's too big so he can't. And you can hit him. And he doesn't really care. Here's a mechanical tree. I hope you enjoyed it. It's made out of metal.
Great. Meet me on the bridge.
Did you get it? It's made out of fucking metal. So I almost killed my friend. So I told you about my work schedule of like 7 to 9 days, right? And I usually go to sleep at like 1 or something. So at most I'm getting 6 hours. At most. Right? And so I'm like,
We're losing the signal. Try boosting the power.
Isn't that the president?
They came out of nowhere! Tyrannoid invasion force! Presidential compound has been breached! Cannot hold out much longer here.
Mr. President. Dad! Are you there?
oh snap.
Oh.
That's a plot point, isn't it?
Oh, probably.
Robotic citizens of the Solana Galaxy. The hour of your liberation is at hand! Too long have we robots suffered under the bigotry, the stupidity, the squishiness and foul stench of organic life forms. Soon, all robots will bask in the liberty and equality of my benevolent, unrestricted rule. As for you filthy organic life, you can look forward to being disintegrated. That's all for now.
Great.
On a course from Arcadia. Maximum speed. Prepare the dropship for planetary assault. We're going in.
We'll see you on Arcadia.